Hey guys, welcome back. It's Joseph. Quick and simple gospel. Yeshua, Jesus, came to this earth, lived a perfect 33 years, was crucified on a cross for our sins, buried in a tomb for 3 days, and rose from the grave on the third day. We are saved through faith in Christ alone and by no other name. Amen. So good afternoon, guys. Hope you're all doing well today. Big breaking news, Air India flight to London crashes with 242 on board. So we're going to cover this today. We'll give it a few minutes, wait for a few people to jump in, and then we'll go ahead and get started. Much love to Gene Spliced and Bones in the chat. Hope you guys are doing well. Let me just see how we're looking here on the screen. Much love, Tracy. Hello to Evelyn. Hope you guys are doing well. Hey Bernie, much love. Hey Peggy, hey Ethel. Hope you guys are doing well. Just give me 1 second here and we'll get started. All right, we're looking good here. Hey Gary. Okay. Guys, do me a favor. When you come in, please hit the like button. Very much appreciated. Helps out the algorithm and helps more people find the video. And also, please hit the share button. That way we can get this out to more people. And also, we're going to cover 3 other stories that happened yesterday. All right, so it's going to be a big show. Going to be a long one. Okay, so get comfortable. All right. All right, guys, here we go. All right, guys, just give me a second to get all set up, and then we'll get started here. All right, guys. So, big news story today. Air India flight to London crashes with 242 on board. This article from today, June 12th. More than 200 people are feared to have died after a plane bound for London crashed into a residential area shortly after taking off from an airport in India's western city of Ahmedabad. All right, guys, so we're going to break this down all by the numbers using gematria, which is simply letters as numerals. And once you learn the simple code of coding letters into numbers, you can see right through the scripted coded news every day. So, as some of you may know, I've done so many videos on plane crashes over the last year, and many of those were connected to one specific number, and that number is 222. And that number 222 is the biggest number we talk about on this channel. So we have another plane crash connected to the number 222. All right, that's because India equals 222. It says Air India plane carrying 242 crashes in India en route to United Kingdom. Okay, so India equals 222, like order out of chaos, 222. And I want to show you just, this isn't all of them. This is just some of the key plane crashes we've talked about over the last year connected to the number 222. So we had the Azerbaijan Airlines plane that crashed in Kazakhstan, and that happened 222 days from their president's birthday. And Azerbaijan Airlines plane equals 222. And it also happened 222 days from Obama's birthday. The Antichrist Barack Obama, 222. Remember, Obama tested positive for COVID 222 days from his birthday. Antichrist system, 222. So there's another big example right there with plane crashes in the 222. Then we had the plane collide with the aircraft tug at Chicago's O'Hare, and O'Hare equals 222, like Beast is 222. Much love to Decoding with Cody in the chat. I know he's going to be covering this pretty soon also, in about an hour. But make sure you subscribe to Cody in the chat. But yeah, we had the plane collide with the aircraft tug at O'Hare. O'Hare is 222, like Beast 222. And the birthday of O'Hare is 222 days from Obama's birthday. And that happened 222 days from the anniversary of 9/11, which is all connected to plane crashes, right? So there was another big 222. Then we had the plane collision in Seattle with Japan Airlines and Delta Airlines. Plane collision, 222. Japan Airlines, 222. Delta Airlines, 222. Right? Hopefully you're seeing the pattern. These are all connected to the number 222. Guys, there's a movie. There's a movie called 222. You know what the movie's about? It's about a near plane collision. How about that? And again, plane collision is 222. The movie takes place in New York, New York, which equals 222. I mean, isn't that weird that there's a movie called 222 about planes? Then we had the Delta Airlines flight that crashed in Toronto. Delta Airlines is 222. We just had the plane crash in San Diego with the drummer from The Devil Wears Prada and then the Sound Talent Group co-founder. Sound Talent Group, 222. Shout out to Derek from Gematria. This is his find here. I couldn't believe this one when I found this out. But yeah, shout out to Derek. He pointed out that Aaliyah, who died in a plane crash, she died 22 years, 222 days after she was born. Wow. And then shout out to Decoding with Cody on this one. It was August 9th, 2024, a leap year. Trump's plane forced to make emergency landing in Montana. That was on August 9th, the 222nd day of the year. Day number 222. And Trump equals 222. All right. And I'll get to all the connections with Trump and the 222 shortly. Actually, here it is right here. So, long story short, the first U.S. case of the Wuhan coronavirus, it was 222 days after Trump's birthday. They called it Wuhan coronavirus, which equals 222. World Economic Forum, 222. Antichrist System, 222. Event 201, 222. Mandatory vaccination, 222. COVID vaccines, 222. Vaccine cards, 222. As above, so below, 222. And then COVID was declared a pandemic 222 months after 9/11. And then Trump just won the election 222 days from his birthday. And then Obama tested positive for COVID 222 days from his birthday. And I have a list here on paper. Let me just go through this list, okay? Order out of chaos is 222. As above, so below, 222. Antichrist System, 222. The Beast of Revelation, 222. The Antichrist Barack Obama, 222. Armageddon is 222. Trump equals 222. Donald John Trump Sr. is 222. Trump Organization is 222. The word beast is 222. Hidden codes, 222. Wuhan coronavirus. Wuhan coronavirus, 222. Mandatory vaccination, 222. COVID vaccines, 222. Vaccine cards, 222. Event 201, 222. World Economic Forum, 222. The first U.S. case of COVID was 222 days from Trump's birthday. It was declared a pandemic 222 months after 9/11. Obama tested positive for COVID 222 days from his birthday, and COVID was declared a national emergency 222 days from Obama's birthday. Trump won the election 222 days from his birthday. Ivana Trump died 222 days from her birthday. Trump's sister died 222 days from her birthday. Trump announced the Stargate project, which is up here on the left. Trump announced the Stargate project 222 days from his birthday. You remember when Trump bought a Tesla to help the stock price of Tesla on 3/11, which was the anniversary of COVID being declared a pandemic? Anyways, he bought a Tesla to help the stock price. That morning, the stock price opened at $222 a share. And then there was a 222-page lawsuit against the Trump Organization, which equals 222, where Trump took the stand 222 days from his birthday. Okay? So those are just a few examples of the 222. And we're not done yet. Do you remember all the plane crashes that happened around the time of the Super Bowl? Right? All connected to the Eagles. And this is some crazy stuff right here. Okay? Let me start with this in the middle. Right before the Super Bowl, there was a plane crash in Philadelphia. And the plane crash in Philadelphia happened 222 days before the mayor's birthday. And everyone on that plane was from Mexico. It happened 222 days from the Mexican president's birthday. And the little girl on that plane was staying at Shriners Hospital, which equals 222. All right? Then the Super Bowl was on February 9th. That was 2,222 weeks and 2 days after a major plane crash happened in New Orleans. Remember, the Super Bowl was in New Orleans, right? So the Super Bowl was 2,222 weeks and 2 days after a major plane crash in New Orleans on July 9th, 1982. That killed 145 and 8 people on the ground. Okay, so check this out. The 5 Super Bowls that the Eagles have been in, Super Bowls 15, 39, 52, 57, 59. If you add up the 5 Super Bowls the Eagles have been in, look what it equals. It equals 222, guys. 15 plus 39 plus 52 plus 57 plus 59. 222. These are the 4 playoff games that the Eagles were in this year. Look at the combined scores of the playoff games. 32 points, 50 combined points, 78, and 62. Add that up. 32, 50, 78, 62. It equals 222. Like, that should really blow your mind right there, right? But wait, there's more. The head coach of the Chiefs, who is the former head coach of the Eagles, that Super Bowl against his former team, that was game number 222 with the Chiefs. If you add up all the games here with the Chiefs, that Super Bowl was game number 222, right? And we've talked about Andy Reid and the 222 going back to 2/2/2020 when Andy Reid got his 222nd career win and his first Super Bowl victory. Your mind should be blown right now. Look at this. Andy Reid gets his 222nd career win and his first Super Bowl victory. It was on February 2nd, 2020, guys. That's 2222. When you write out February 2nd, 2020, it equals 2220. February 2nd equals 222. The Kansas City Chiefs won the Super Bowl 222 weeks after the Royals won the World Series. That's the Kansas City Royals. And then J-Lo did halftime. J-Lo is 222, right? And then this is all connected to Kobe. Remember the plane crash that happened in Philadelphia. Hold on. Remember the plane crash that happened in Philadelphia? Well, I mean, there's a lot surrounding it. But remember, Kobe's hometown is Philadelphia, right? And before the plane crash that happened in Philadelphia, we had the American Eagle from Wichita, Kansas, that collided with the helicopter, and Kobe died in a helicopter, right? And remember, the Eagles picked up win number 666, and they left Washington on 666 wins all time. And then on the day of the game, they posted a picture of a helicopter, and that game was on 126, the anniversary of Kobe's death, who died in a helicopter, which equals 666, and Kobe scored 81 points in game number 666. Here, let me just read this out for you. The Eagles picked up win number 666 all-time on the anniversary of Kobe Bryant's death against Washington, leaving them on 666 wins all-time, days before a helicopter hit an American Eagle from Kansas in Washington, right? It was in Washington, right? It was the Eagles against Washington in that game. And Kobe died in a helicopter. Helicopter equals 666. Kobe scored 81 points in his career high in game number 666. And the Eagles posted a picture of a helicopter before the game. And by the way, Kobe was born in Philadelphia. Okay, so there's a big Kobe Bryant connection here. And sticking with the 222s and Kobe, I want to remind you that Kobe died 22 weeks and 2 days after his birthday, 222. And he died the first week of coronavirus in the U.S., and he was buried in Corona del Mar, right? And another fun fact, the Eagles' first Super Bowl appearance was 1/25/1981. That was 2 years, 22 weeks, and 2 days after Kobe Bryant was born. My goodness, right? And if you don't think there's a connection between Kobe and the 222, remember this story of Francis Ngannou confirms death of infant son Kobe, who was named after Kobe Bryant, and little Kobe died on April 27th, 2024. Little Kobe died exactly 222 weeks and 0 days after Kobe Bryant died. And look at the name of the dad, Francis Ngannou, 222. This stuff is really undeniable. All right? Now, remember, Kobe died on 126, right? And we get this news today on June 12th, a date that can be written 12/6 or 126, right? The 12th day of the 6th month. And look at the gematria plane. 126. Like today's date can be written 12/6, 126, right? This happened in the Magani Nagar neighborhood. Magani Nagar is 62, like passenger plane 62, airplane crash 62, and sacrifice also has that 62. And for the confirmation, look at this. This happened in the Magani Nagar neighborhood. Magani Nagar is a 2-cipher match to airplane crash. You got the 62 and the 226 in the same ciphers. Ahmedabad plane crash 73. This is after leaving the Ahmedabad airport 73. Ritual sacrifice 73. And sacrifice is 73. Ahmedabad plane crash is 73 and 107, like ritual sacrifice 73, 107, and the same ciphers. So we've been talking a lot about plane crashes and the number 43, and we get this plane crash on a day with date numerology of 43. 6 plus 12 plus 25 equals 43. Plane crash equals 43. And this happened right after leaving the airport, which is 43, and it was headed to the Gatwick airport. Gatwick is also 43. And Air India was founded on October 15th, 1932. This is 4 months and 3 days from the anniversary of Air India being founded. And again, plane crash and airport are 43. And we just talked about plane crash in the 43 with the 2 plane crashes that happened in San Diego recently. We just had the plane crash in San Diego a few days ago. It was on June 8th. It was off the coast of Point Loma, which is a neighborhood in San Diego. And everyone on the plane was from Gia Valley. Look at this. Point Loma, 43. San Diego, 43. Gia Valley, 43. Plane crash, 43. 6 killed, 43. Killing, 43. And it was 4 months and 3 days before the governor's birthday. And the other plane crash that happened in San Diego That one had the drummer from The Devil Wears Prada, drummer, 43. And remember the tail number on that plane had the 666 on it. And they set up an evacuation site at 4343 Shield Street. Isn't that wild? And also Masonic and Freemasons, they're also 43. The Prime Minister of India, Modi, his birthday is September 17th. This happens 97 days from his birthday. Well, that's fitting because plane crash is 97, like airport 97. Air India began operations on July 29th, 1946. So this is 47 days from the anniversary of Air India beginning operations. Air India equals 47, like airport 47. And this plane was headed to London. The mayor of London, Sadiq Khan, his birthday October 8th. This happened 119 days from his birthday. Ahmedabad, India is 119. That's where the plane crashed. And Air India was founded October 15th. This happened 125 days from the anniversary of Air India being founded. Look at that. Airplane crash is 125. Ahmedabad, India has that 76, like airplane is 76. Today also has date numerology of 63. 6 plus 12 plus 20 plus 25, 63, like India 63. Flight to London 63. And it was a Dreamliner, which equals 63. Dreamliner is also 54, like Jesuit order is 54, and here's where we make the Jesuit connection. The President of India assumed office July 25th, 2022. Today is 1,053 days after the President of India assumed office. You could also say it's 150 weeks and 3 days. So you drop the zeros, you got a 153 two different ways. Look at this. Air India is 153. And speaking of the Jesuits, the leader of the Jesuits is Arturo Sosa. And today is 153 days from the Superior General's birthday. And Air India is 153. June 12th is 153. And Jesuit order is 153. Ahmedabad, 56, plane crash, 56, Society of Jesus, 56, that's the Jesuits. And then it's also, today is 271 days from the Pope's birthday. India plane crash is 271. And the connection to Obama, this was a Boeing Dreamliner. Today is 312 days after Obama's birthday. Boeing is 312. And it's 54 days before his birthday. Dreamliner is 54. So look at that. 312 days after his birthday, 54 days before his birthday. So you got the 312 and the 54. Boeing is 312, Dreamliner 54. All right, guys, that is it for the India plane crash. If anybody would like to support the channel, here's how you can do so. Any support, very much appreciated. This is my full-time job. I am not monetized by YouTube. So thank you to everyone who does support, very much appreciated. And if you came in late, don't worry. I'll do a quick recap when we get done with these other stories. All right, and guys, if you're just coming in, please hit the like button. Very much appreciated. All right, let's talk about a few other things that happened in the news. And thank you, everyone, for the nice comments. I appreciate it. Okay, so another big story. Ananda Lewis, former MTV VJ and talk show host, dead at 52. We got this news on June 11th. So she died 83 days after her birthday. Murder equals 83. The song Murder by Numbers released in the year 83. And then if you look at the Murder by Numbers movie poster, the B is changed to an 8. The E is changed to a 3. because murder is 83. She's dead at the age of 52, and she died 52 days from the anniversary of MTV being founded. When you write out 52, it equals 38, like murder 38, killing 38, death 38. And again, back to the Murder by Numbers movie poster, the E is changed to a 3, the B is changed to an 8, because murder is 38 and 83, like we talked about. She died on a day with 62 date numerology, 6 plus 11 plus 20 plus 25, 62, like host is 62, and sacrifice is 62. She died after battle with breast cancer 46, host 46, and sacrifice 46. She was the host of Total Request Live, which equals 221. She died 2 months and 21 days from her birthday. 2 months, 21 days, like 221, right? And Total Request Live is 221. Now here's the Jesuit connection. Ananda Lewis 103, like Jesuits 103. She was also the host of Hot Zone, which has that 103, like Ananda Lewis and Jesuits 103. Hot Zone is also 86, like Jesuits 86. Don't forget blood sacrifice and human sacrifice are 86. And to 86, someone means to get rid of them. So another Jesuit connection. She was the host of TRL. TRL is 50 and 22, like Jesuits is 50 and 22. Now, one of the biggest numbers we talk about with the Jesuits is the number 201. She was the host of the Ananda Lewis show, which equals 201, like the Jesuit order, 201. They call her the hip-hop generation's reigning it girl, which is 177. She was also the host of Spring Break, which is 177, like the Jesuit order, 177. And she died 96 days from the Pope's birthday. The Ananda Lewis show equals 96, and Pope equals 52. She died at the age of 52. And Arturo Sosa, the leader of the Jesuits, she died 211 days from his birthday. Total Request Live equals 211. She was a talk show host, which is 153, like Jesuit order, 153. Former MTV VJ equals 54, like Jesuit order, 54. And former MTV VJ is also 162. She died on day number 162 of the year. MTV VJ is 33, like Masonry, 33. And Ananda, which is an unusual first name, right? Ananda is 17, MTV 17, and the word kill, 17. Hey, Cody, are you still in here? Is there anything I missed? I'm sure there is, but you got anything to add on the plane crash that I could talk about? Let me know. If not, we'll just wait for your video here. All right, another news story yesterday. Toxic chemical leak at Ohio explosives plant prompts no-fly zone mass evacuations. This in the news June 11th. This is at the Austin Powder company. Austin Powder is 159, like evacuation is 159. This is about a chemical leak on day number 162 of the year. Chemical is 162. This was a nitric acid leak at a chemical plant. Nitric acid 5472, chemical plant 5472, Jesuit order 5472. And the name Austin is a perfect match to Jesuit in all 4 base ciphers. Explosives plant 79, chemical 79, Society of Jesus 79. That's the Jesuits. And this happened 95 days from the Pope's birthday. Ohio explosives plant is 95. And the leader of the Jesuits, Arturo Sosa, his birthday November 12th. This happened 211 days from his birthday. Hazardous materials 211, manufacturing plant 211, and the Superior General is 76 years old right now. Chemical spill 76, Vinton County, Ohio 76. Ohio chemical leak 76. Hazardous materials 76, manufacturing plant, 76. And hazardous materials is a perfect match to manufacturing plant in 3 out of the 4 base ciphers. Nitric acid leak, 65, like explosives plant, 65. And it says a massive chemical leak spewed toxic orange plumes of dangerous acid into the sky. Of course, orange equals 33, like masonry is 33. And orange smoke is 51 and 57, like June 11th is 51 and 57. Speaking of 33, let me scroll down a little bit before we talk about No King's Day. Just for anybody that missed it, the big connection with the 33 and the riots going on. Cover it one more time. Here you go. Just in case you haven't heard this yet. So the new LA riots, they began June 6, 2025. That was 33 years after the original LA riots, which were over the beating of Rodney King, and the Rodney King beating happened on March 3rd. That's 3-3. And in Gematria, protests, 33, Mexico, Mexican, race war, police, masonry, they all equal 33. The highest degree of the Scottish Rite, the 33rd degree. LAPD is 33. And then shout out to Cody on this one. You had a man crash his motorcycle into the LAPD. Look what's on his back. The number 33. Can you believe it? And then this all started 137 days after Trump took office. National Guard 137. And the 33rd prime number is 137. So just wanted to make sure you guys saw that. And then let's go to the No Kings protest. And then we'll do a quick recap on India. And then we'll wrap it up and get ready for Cody's Live. All right. More than 1,500 No Kings protests planned amid Trump crackdown on LA demonstrations. No Kings protests planned in Philadelphia and 1,500 other locations on June 14th, same day as Army Parade in D.C. and Trump's birthday. Okay, so the first thing I want to point out, Army Parade is 48 and 60, like Donald Trump is 48 and 60, and it's going to be on his birthday. What are the odds? No Kings rallies equals 165. It's going to be on day number 165 of the year. No King's Day is what they're calling it, which equals 47, like President 47. Trump equals 47, and Trump is number 47. So more than 1,500 No Kings protests. And then it also says No Kings rally. Look at the gematria on all this. No Kings protests is 68. Trump's birthday equals 68. Donald John Trump equals 68. Rally equals 68. When you write out 1,500, it equals 68. No Kings rally 68, and Donald J. Trump is 68. Wow. No Kings protest 176, like Donald J. Trump 176. And No Kings protest is also 666. Wow. So yeah, there's a lot going on, guys. I get the feeling things are about to pop off. It feels like it did when all the George Floyd stuff was happening. See what I said? Anyone else feel like things are about to pop off? Sure seems that way. All right, guys, if you're coming in late, I'll do a quick recap for you on the plane crash in India. Air India flight to London crashes with 242 on board. We get this news today on June 12th. More than 200 people are feared to have died after a plane bound for London crashed into a residential area shortly after taking off from an airport in India's western city of Ahmedabad. All right, guys, you know I keep talking about these plane crashes and the number 222. Here it is again. India equals 222, like order out of chaos, 222. We had the Azerbaijan Airlines plane, which equals 222. That crashed in Kazakhstan 222 days from their president's birthday. And it also happened 222 days from Obama's birthday. The Antichrist Barack Obama, 222. Antichrist system, 222. Speaking of Obama, we had the plane collide with the aircraft tug at O'Hare. That happened 222 days from the anniversary of 9/11. O'Hare equals 222, like Beast 222. And O'Hare's birthday is 222 days from Obama's birthday. We had the plane collision in Seattle with Japan Airlines and Delta Airlines. Delta Airlines is 222, Japan Airlines 222, plane collision 222. By the way, Key to the Apocalypse is also 222. Fun fact. Guys, there's a movie called 222. You know what the movie is about? It's about a near plane collision. Wow. And plane collision equals 222, and the movie takes place in New York, New York, which equals 222. We had the Delta Airlines crash in Toronto, Delta Airlines 222. We had the plane crash in San Diego with the drummer from The Devil Wears Prada with the tail number 666 on it. And we also had Dave Shapiro, Sound Talent Group founder. He died in that crash. Sound Talent Group 222. Shout out to Derek from Gematria. He found that Aaliyah died in a plane crash. She died 22 years, 222 days after she was born. Isn't that crazy? Aaliyah died in a plane crash 22 years, 222 days after she was born. And Cody found this one last year. Trump's plane forced to make an emergency landing in Montana. That happened on August 9th, 2024, a leap year. That happened on day number 222 of the year. And Trump equals 222. And of course, Trump just won the election 222 days from his birthday. And let me break out my list here. The first U.S. case of coronavirus was 222 days after Trump's birthday. And it was declared a pandemic 222 months after 9/11. And then Obama tested positive for COVID 222 days from his birthday. So let me give you the whole list here. And it's a long list. I got to do it again. For the people coming in late, they got to hear the recap, right? But here it is, guys. The list of 222. Order out of chaos, 222. As above, so below, 222. Antichrist system, 222. The beast of Revelation, 222. The Antichrist Barack Obama, 222. Armageddon, 222. Trump equals 222. Donald John Trump Sr., 222. Trump Organization, 222. Beast, 222. Hidden Codes, 222. Wuhan Coronavirus, 222. Mandatory vaccination, 222. COVID vaccines, 222. Vaccine cards, 222. Event 201, 222. World Economic Forum, 222. The first U.S. case of COVID was 222 days from Trump's birthday. It was declared a pandemic 222 months after 9/11. Obama tested positive for COVID 222 days from his birthday. And COVID was declared a national emergency 222 days from Obama's birthday. Trump just won the election 222 days from his birthday. Ivana Trump died 222 days from her birthday. Trump's sister died 222 days from her birthday. Trump announced the Stargate Project 222 days from his birthday. That's up top here on the left. And then Trump bought a Tesla to help the stock price, and it was on the anniversary of COVID being declared a pandemic, which was 3/11, which, again, 3/11/2020 was 222 months from 9/11. But anyways, that's when he bought the Tesla to help the stock price. The stock price that morning was $222 a share. And then there was a 222-page lawsuit against the Trump Organization, which equals 222, where Trump took the stand 222 days from his birthday. Wow. And for the record, there are no bad numbers. There's just important numbers. And the 222 is a very important number. Guys, if you're new to my channel, I didn't know about gematria. I didn't know about decoding anything. All I knew, I was seeing the number 222 everywhere in August of 2019, just months before COVID and the world changed, right? And the 222 is also a very good number. Daniel 2:22, he revealeth the deep and secret things. Acts 2:22, it's the only verse with the three words miracles, signs, and wonders. It's Acts 2:22. The first verse of the Bible. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. That equals 222. Strong's 222 is flame of God. The book of life, 222. Jesus is the truth, 222. You must be born again, 222. Key to the universe, 222. Key to the apocalypse, 222. And Jesus, the Lion of Judah, equals 222. So, anyways, the 222 is very important, and I have more examples for you here. The plane crash that happened in Philadelphia right before the Super Bowl. Remember that plane crash happened 222 days before the mayor's birthday and 222 days from the Mexican president's birthday, and that matters because everyone on that plane was from Mexico, including the little girl who was staying at Shriners Hospital, which equals 222. And the Super Bowl was in New Orleans, and the Super Bowl, guys, it was 2,222 weeks and 2 days after a major plane crash in New Orleans that happened July 9th, 1982. That killed 145 on board and 8 people on the ground. That's pretty crazy, right? And the Eagles have been in 5 Super Bowls. Super Bowls 15, 39, 52, 57, 59. If you add those up, guys, it equals 222. I know it's hard to see. It's up at the top. And I've had to save and re-upload these photos so many times. Some of these images are getting blurry. But anyways, you can add it up for yourself. The 5 Super Bowls the Eagles have been in, 15, 39, 52, 57, 59, they equal 222 when you add it up. And the 4 playoff games that the Eagles were in this year, add up the combined scores, 32, 50, 78, 62, it equals 222. Can you believe it? And then the Eagles played the Chiefs, coached by Andy Reid, who used to be the coach of the Eagles, and the game against the Eagles was game number 222 with the Chiefs. Can you believe that? If you add up all the games here that Andy Reid has been with the Chiefs, that was game number 222 against his former team. And we've been talking about Andy Reid and the 222 ever since 2020 when the world changed, connected to that number. Andy Reid gets his 222nd career win and his first Super Bowl victory. That was on February 2nd, 2020. That's 2222, guys, when you drop the zeros. February 2nd, 2020 equals 2220. February 2nd equals 222, guys. The Kansas City Chiefs won the Super Bowl 222 weeks after the Kansas City Royals won the World Series, and J-Lo did halftime. J-Lo is 222. Now, before I get to that connection, let me, because we're going to talk about Kobe here. Remember, Kobe was born in Philadelphia, and we had all these plane crashes happen right after the Eagles, the Philadelphia Eagles, they beat Washington to go to the Super Bowl. And they beat Washington on the death anniversary of Kobe Bryant, January 26th, right? And that was right before a plane crashed in Washington, right? It was, because remember, Philadelphia beat Washington, right? And it was an American Eagle from Wichita, Kansas. And, sorry, my brain's going different places. The Philadelphia Eagles beat Washington, right? Just days before an American Eagle crashed into a helicopter in Washington. You get it? And long story short, the Philadelphia Eagles picked up win number 666, and they left the the Washington Commanders on 666. Sorry if that's a little fuzzy. But yeah, the Eagles picked up win 666 and left Washington on 666. Why does that matter? Well, helicopter equals 666. And Kobe is from Philadelphia. He died in a helicopter. This game happened on the anniversary of Kobe's death. And Kobe scored his career high in game number 666 of his career. Okay, so let me just read this so I don't miss anything. The Eagles picked up win 666 all time on the anniversary of Kobe Bryant's death against Washington, leaving them on 666 wins all time. Days before, a helicopter hit an American Eagle from Kansas in Washington, and Kobe died in a helicopter. Helicopter equals 666, and Kobe scored 81 points, his career high in game 666. And the Eagles posted a picture of a helicopter before the game. And by the way, Kobe was born in Philadelphia. All right, now back to the 222s and Kobe. And before I do that, let me just look up something real quick. Hold on. Whoops. One second. Okay, yeah, I just wanted to make sure before I misspoke. Here, let me set this back up. All right, don't forget, Kobe Bryant also had the 666 workout, which involved training for 6 months, 6 days a week, and 6 hours a day. Kobe Bryant's 666 workout routine involved training for 6 months, 6 days a week, and 6 hours a day. Wow. So that's also worth mentioning. Now back to Kobe and the 222. Kobe died 22 weeks and 2 days after his birthday. And remember, he died the first week of coronavirus. He was buried in Corona del Mar. And the connection with the Eagles, Kobe was born 2 years, 22 weeks, and 2 days before the Eagles' first Super Bowl appearance. And remember, he was born in Philadelphia. And if you're not convinced of the 222 connection to Kobe, Francis Ngannou confirms death of infant son Kobe in social media post. And his son Kobe was named after Kobe Bryant. And little Kobe died on April 27th, 2024. That was 222 weeks after Kobe Bryant died. And look at the name of the dad, Francis Ngannou, equals 222. So yeah, Kobe died on 126, right? And speaking of 126, we get this news about a plane on 12/6, the 12th day of the 6th month, right? 126, and plane equals 126. This happened in the Megani Nagar neighborhood. Megani Nagar is 62, like passenger plane 62, and airplane crash 62, and sacrifice also has that 62. Megani Nagar is 62 and 226, like airplane crash is 62 and 226. Ahmadabad plane crash 73, Ahmadabad airport, that's where it left, 73, ritual sacrifice 73, and sacrifice 73. Ahmadabad plane crash is 73-107, like ritual sacrifice 73-107. This plane crash on a day with 43 date numerology, 6 plus 12 plus 25 equals 43, plane crash 43, airport 43, it was headed to Gatwick, which equals 43, the Gatwick airport, and Air India was founded October 15th. This happened 4 months and 3 days from the anniversary of Air India being founded, and we just talked about the 43 with the plane crash in San Diego, which happened in the Point Loma neighborhood, everyone on the plane from Gia Valley. Point Loma 43, plane crash 43, Gia Valley 43, San Diego 43, 6 killed, 43 killing 43, and it happened 4 months and 3 days before the governor's birthday. And we had the other plane crash in San Diego with the drummer from The Devil Wears Prada, drummer 43, and they set up an evacuation site at 4343 Shield Street. And the Prime Minister of India, Modi, his birthday, September 17th. This happens 97 days from his birthday. Plane crash 97, airport 97. And Air India began operations July 29th, 1946. Today's 47 days from the anniversary of them beginning operations, like Air India 47 and Airport 47. The plane was headed to London. The mayor of London, Sadiq Khan, his birthday, October 8th. Today's 119 days from his birthday. Ahmedabad, India, 119. Air India was founded October 15th. Today is 125 days from the anniversary of them being founded. Airplane crash, 125. Ahmedabad, India, 76, like airplane, 76. Today also has date numerology of 63. Like India 63, flight to London 63, and Dreamliner. It was a Boeing Dreamliner, and Dreamliner is also 63. And now here's the Jesuit connection. Dreamliner 54, like Jesuit Order 54. And it happened 1,053 days after the President of India assumed office. 1,053 days, or you could say 150 weeks and 3 days. Either way, you drop the 0, you get the 153, like Air India 153. Also 153 days from the Superior General's birthday, Air India 153, June 12th 153, Jesuit Order 153. Ahmedabad 56, plane crash 56, Society of Jesus 56, that's the Jesuits. India plane crash 271, we get this news 271 days from the Pope's birthday. And the connection to Obama, this was a Boeing Dreamliner. It happened 312 days after Obama's birthday and 54 days before his birthday. Boeing is 312 and 54. Boeing is 312 and Dreamliner 54. Okay, so it happened 312 days after his birthday, Boeing 312, and it happened 54 days before his birthday, and Dreamliner is 54. All right, guys, and again, if anybody wants to support the channel, very much appreciated. I'm not monetized by YouTube, so any support, very much appreciated. All right, guys, let me turn this around. Yeah, a second ago, I knocked over the phone stand. I guess when I was lifting it up over it, it caught the top there and knocked it over, which rarely happens. But anyway, sorry about that. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and let me check in with the chat. I'm going to hop off here so you guys can watch Cody's live. I'll be over there in the chat. But yeah, obviously, I mean, that's a lot to be a coincidence, right? Everything I just showed. But much love to Paul, Trisky, Lioness Roars, Gene Spliced, Michael, Visionary Vet, Jay, Samantha, Mr. S, Peggy, William, Bones, everybody in the chat, Susan, Raymond, Alex, Cody was in here earlier. All right, guys, that's what I got for you. I can't believe I kept it under an hour, even with the recap. Hey, Danique, how you doing? But anyways, guys, that's what I got for you. Oh, let me look at that. Hold on. Hold on, we can't leave yet. Someone just put something in the comments. Wow. Just in time. Well, hopefully people will watch the end here. Dang, I'm kicking myself now. So, who left that comment? Bones, the CEO of Air India, guys. His name equals 222. Well, I'll have to make a short video and let people know to watch the end, because we got another 222. Dang. I didn't see his name in the articles, but that's a great catch. Okay. Let me set this back up here. Well, better late than never. Man, I can't believe I missed that. Well, there's a confirmation for you guys. Look at this. There he is. That's the CEO of Air India, Campbell Wilson. His name equals 222. Wow. I really wish I would have had that earlier. The whole video is about the number 222. Wow, there he is. See what happens when you try to rush and put stuff together as quick as you can? There you go. Ahmedabad plane crash. Air India CEO Campbell Wilson reacts, says it's a difficult day for us. Well, at least we got it in there. Too bad it was at the very end, and most people probably left already. Man, always something that leaves me kicking myself. Can you believe it? Wow, hold on. Let me look something up. I'm getting hot in here because it's Florida and because I missed something. Now I'm like, oh, it just came out? Nah, I don't know. There's articles a couple hours ago. But I didn't see his name like in the CNN article and stuff. But it is true. I am only human. Man, I wish I would have. I don't know. I don't know how you caught that, but that's amazing. Just give me a second. I want to make sure there's nothing else I missed here. Oh, man. Oh, I tell you, man, being a perfectionist and missing something in the decode is not fun. Oh, man, I wish I wasn't this way, guys, but there's nothing I can do to help it. When I miss something that big, even though we got it in the video, half the chat probably left already because I started doing the recap. Oh, my goodness, man. I guess I'll just make a little video and I'll say, hey, if you if you left the live stream early, make sure you go back and watch the last 20 minutes, because we found another big 222. Well, thank you, Jones, or Bones Jones. I appreciate it. It's not that, like, I didn't catch it. It's the fact that I'm mentioning it so late in the video. Like, I wish I would have had that in the first part. Man. So we got two different 222s. India is 222, and Campbell Wilson is 222. Let me show you again. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, if you came in late, make sure you watch the recap. I told you this was connected to 222, and I didn't even have that part. Man. Well, it could have been worse. Bones could have left a comment after the video was already done, right? But yeah, let me go back to the decode. The first slide I talked about was the number 222, and then I went over all the 222s with the plane crashes, right? So, you know, you'll have to go back, but I went through all the 222s again, and then Bones lets us know not only is India 222, but the CEO of India Air, Campbell Wilson. Oh, I can't believe it, man. First of all, I can't believe that's even true, that the CEO, his name would equal 222. Where'd it go? Yeah, there it is. Campbell Wilson. I can't believe his name equals 222, and I can't believe I missed it. But like I said, the articles I was reading didn't mention it. As you see, you know, I don't see CNN up here. I don't know if they mentioned it in the article or not. It doesn't matter. Oh, wow, the number went up. Now they say 290. Did I just see that? Thought I just saw 290. Yeah, it says here, at least 290 people are dead. Wow. Yeah, at least 290 have been killed in Air India crash. All right, well, I'm not going to go through the whole CNN article so I can kick myself even more. But, man. Well, nothing much I can do. You know, I can't go back in time. Oh, look, there the CNN article pops up. So, well, you know, it says live update. So they're making updates. When I was looking at it, I didn't see his name, man. But yeah. So, if you're coming in late, why am I kicking myself? Well, my whole video was about the number 222 again. And I said that because this happened in India, which equals 222. We've had all these plane crashes connected to the number 222. And thank you to Bones. Big point that I missed. The CEO of Air India His name is Campbell Wilson. You see him right there, Campbell Wilson. And what do you think his name equals? Oh, wow, 222. Can you believe it? All right, guys. We'll go ahead and we'll wrap this up. Man. Well, I guess that's a confirmation. I guess that's a confirmation we were right. This is another plane crash connected to the number 222. Thank you guys for the nice comments. I appreciate it. Yeah, I was trying to go as fast as I could, you know. That happens, you know. You try to get something out really fast and you rush and you miss something. But man, if it was any other number, I wouldn't be kicking myself so bad, but all right, well, all I can do is I'll make a little post, I'll make a little video. I'll say, hey guys, if you left the live stream early, make sure you go back and watch watch the end, because we found another big piece of the puzzle and you have to see it. And if people don't watch, oh well. The people that are meant to see it will. Right? Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and hop off. Thank you everyone in the chat for hanging out. Thank you for being part of the channel. I appreciate you guys. Campbell Wilson, 222, like India, 222. I can't believe it. Well, again, at least we got it in there, right? I'm telling you, if I would have ended the live stream and someone would have left that comment after the video was over, oh man, I would have been very sad that we didn't get it in there. So thank you, Bones. I appreciate it. Thank you for not waiting till the video was over. And, you know, I'm only human. And all credit to God anyway. No credit to me. And, you know, we do the best we can. But I wouldn't know anything without God's help. All the glory goes to Him. And thank you, God, for giving Bones the intelligence to find that, and everybody else for all your great finds over the years. We wouldn't know anything if it wasn't for God. Amen. So anyways, guys, I've rambled on enough. Let me get out of here. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Please do me a favor on the way out. Please hit the like and the share. Very much appreciated. And as always, keep looking up. We are living in the biblical end of days. Jesus is coming very soon. I can't wait. And I'll see you guys on the next video. God bless.